All right, continuing with my series, What Keeps Klaus Schwab Up Late at Night? I'm going to be talking specifically about his book, The Fourth Industrial Revolution. I'm going to be breaking down some points throughout the rest of the series. I don't know how many videos this will be, but I just wanted to let you know in case you're thinking about reading the book, which I would encourage anyone to read because it's important to know who this guy is and what he's up to, and he's pretty blatant about what he wants to accomplish here on our planet. And I just want to share, again, in each video, I'm just going to share a little highlight of what is exactly in his book. So he did a survey with 800 of his executives. So these are people within the World Economic Forum, and they posed 21 technical shifts and just asked a question, when do you think, here's the technical apparati, if you will, when do you think this would take place? When do you think this would happen? Most of the stuff will be happening in 2025. So that is the consensus, where the majority of these 800 executives are like anywhere in the next 5 years. That's what they're talking about. So the first thing, I'm just going to talk about this one topic, implantable technology. So they asked the question, when do you think the first implantable phone will be planted in the human body? And 82% of his 800 executives from around the world said in 2025. So this is coming soon. This is the next wave, if you will. So their goal is to obviously implant it into bodies with smart tattoos, where you can actually spray on a tattoo, all this kind of stuff. An interesting thing is he would say, here are the positives and here are the negatives. Also, he tosses in the idea that this can cut both ways, meaning we're not really sure how good or bad this is, but this could be good or this could be really bad as well. We're just not sure. It cuts both ways. So the positives: decreased missing children. That's a good thing. That's a great thing. But again, you have to plant something inside a child in order to keep track of your children 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you do that, don't think that Big Brother won't be listening in as well. So that's kind of the cuts both ways. Another thing is tracing. You can trace people 24 hours a day. You can trace your packages, all this kind of stuff. This is the positive of implanting phones inside us. The negatives are unexpressed thoughts can be tracked. So if you may be contemplating something, they could track that. So if you're thinking about the government maybe in a negative way, that could be tracked as well. And who knows, maybe you can be fined. This is so 1984-ish. It's unbelievable. What else is there? This is, again, this can cut both ways. Privacy and surveillance. Depending, if you're wanting to surveil sexual predators, all this kind of stuff, this is a good thing. But if it's the average person, again, this cuts both ways. So this is the negative side of the coin. Security. The negative side is security, like police, governments, all this can actually track you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This could also lead to escapism, addictions, increased distractions, which is one of their goals, is to distract you. There is a study out that the more distracted you are, like let's just say you're watching something on YouTube, watching this video, and there's a commercial that pops up. Well, you may not remember the first few minutes of what I said because you're distracted by this commercial. And if you do that enough times, eventually people aren't going to have good memories. They're not going to be able to recall things. So that's what they're trying to do as well. What else is there? Longer lives, it's weird that they put that under a negativity, because I think part of it is the longer you live, the more you have to pay for insurance and all this kind of stuff. So if there's payouts, I mean, not the premiums, but if there's payouts, companies are going to have to pay for these people because they're living longer. So that could be considered a negative, according to this organization. Changes in human relationships. This is the cut both ways. It could be good, because maybe you can find the perfect spouse, or it could be bad because people are addicted to trying to find the perfect spouse and they're not out there. So they just continually feed themselves with all kinds of fake people and whatever. Real-time identification, so instantly they can tell who you are, what your affiliation is. Do you go to church? Do you not go to church? Are you affiliated with the Democrats? Are you affiliated with the Republicans? All this kind of stuff. Were you a part of some kind of a rebellion? Like, did you support the truckers? All this kind of stuff. These are just examples, but this could be, you could be identified instantaneously and then put into another class. And then cultural shifts. So you can actually form a new culture because in, what's his name? Yuval Noah Harari's book, if you are not sharing your personal information on every level, bank account, social insurance number, medical stuff, all this, if you're not sharing, you should be a second-class citizen. This is in his book. You should be categorized as a citizen that gets no privileges. So again, one of the other themes that goes throughout the book is share everything. You should be able to share your privacy, share all your information, share your home. So if, for example, we have some room in the basement, if we leave the house, people can actually come in and stay there for free or whatever. If my vehicle's not being used because it's Christmas Day, someone else can use my vehicle because it's efficient. And this is what these guys are talking about in their books. This is not me creating some hypothetical thing out of thin air. This is what they're saying that they want to do. They want you to share everything. They don't want you to own anything. They want you to get comfortable with the idea that it's actually way more expensive if you wanted to go and drive your car by yourself. That's way more expensive. It's not safe. You could get into an accident and all this. Your premiums will go up, all this stuff. So instead, we would prefer that we drive you where you need to go. Automation in your car. So this is what they're talking about, and this is what they want to have happen. Not 100 years from now. We're talking in the next 3 to 5 years. This is what they want to do. So smart pills. They're talking about digital tattoos, smart dust, where you can inhale dust into your body, which is inactive, and then whenever they want, they can turn it on. They can attack cancer cells, whatever, which is fine. Or they could maybe make you lose your memory, all kinds of stuff. So that's terrifying. That's the cut both ways stuff. Information could be locked inside your body unto a future point in time, and it's unhackable. Whenever they say it's unhackable, I promise you it's going to be hacked. So these are smart pills. It's very similar to the Matrix, red pill, blue pill. You can take these smart pills and they go inside you, and they only become active when you need them. Excuse me, but they store all information inside these smart pills. Anyways, that is just one little tiny nugget, but it's laced throughout the Fourth Industrial Revolution book. It's laced throughout stakeholder capitalism. It's laced throughout Homo Diaz. And my plan is to make a video about another point about the book and talk about it and just continue on with this series, because it seems like people are interested in knowing what the World Economic Forum is, and I thought it'd be a good place to start by using their words, and so that you're aware of this. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest reason for this channel. I call it Black Swan Revelations, because we could be in a Black Swan event right now and we don't even know it until you're on the other side of it, and then you're like, why didn't we see this coming? Well, I'm telling you right now what's coming down the pipes, what these people are planning. So that's it for the video. If you like this kind of thing, let me know in the comments. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, all this stuff. And thanks a lot. Merry Christmas, all that good stuff. And see you in another video. Bye for now.